Lifestyles continues.
And we are here with our garden guy, Charlie Stalker, and you can give him a call, 270-827-7961. But until that happy moment, have you checked our straw bale garden? And I have some red tomatoes out there.
You got some beauties out there. And you know,
it's because of the love that I have shown.
I just finished with speaking out at Margaret Miller's house, her garden club in Eagle Crossing, and that's what they wanted to know about.
About the straw bale
They wanted to know about the straw bale gardening, and do we think it's viable, and that kind of thing. And
well, now that you've done it, I mean, this was the first time you've done it too.
Yeah, correct.
What have you learned about it, and what are your now new recommendations, if any, about this?
One recommendation would be uniformity in watering. Don't let it, don't water and then let it dry out. Water and then let it dry out. You want a uniformity in moisture through the whole straw bale for the duration of you growing whatever you're going to grow.
And what does that mean exactly, Charlie? So we've had a lot of rain.
Yeah, but
so then we've got Ron turns on the garden hose, and he didn't know Joe turned it on, and then Alexi didn't know that
it's actually, let's call it what it is. It's a comedy of errors.
It is a comedy of errors. It's a French farce. Yes.
Is simply put your finger down to the first knuckle into the straw, and if it's dry, you water. And generally, that's going to be about 3 times a week. Okay?
Right. And that's a soaking watering. I mean,
it's a good
not
soaking
like
watering.
Stand there and sling a little water on it.
Because right now, those straw bales they're probably 40 to 50, maybe even 60% composted. So all of that is like you're growing all of those plants in that compost.
And
you can't ask for anything more than that. Right. In fact, you can even, we're going to do some we're late on our pumpkins, but we're going to put some pumpkin plants in there, and we're going to grow pumpkins through the fall.
Well, we do that on the lower part,
because
you can go in the side or anywhere else.
And flowers, you can do flowers to kind of dress it up like that.
I'm sorry to say, but our phones are down. But, you know, hang in there. We'll try to get that up and running. So we're going to continue this conversation about the straw bale garden. Let's talk about the value.
That's not what I wanted to talk about, but go ahead.
Okay, well, we'll be back. Because if you have no space, but if you have the stoop and you live in a neighborhood where there's no yard, this is the way to go.
You got nothing but a driveway and a little bitty postage-size stamp size grass area. Put it on the concrete. Put it on the gravel.
You can grow food for yourself.
Yes,
this is so exciting.
There's a guy in Raleigh, North Carolina, who has something like 200 tomato plants. And he gives it to the food bank people,
food bank.
And he raises them all in straw bale gardens on his concrete drive.
Oh, let me get a picture to see. How'd you know about that? Did somebody tell you?
Through the straw bale garden symposium thing that we
there
launched.
is one.
Yeah.
A straw bale garden symposium.
This goes all the way back to the 1800s. But now the guy that wrote the book that we've all read now, he kind of reinvigorated the whole idea in 2010. And so it's really taken off from 2010. But it's such a novel idea, and it works like a raised bed. I've seen straw bale gardens as many as 50 in the garden complex, and too high.
I haven't seen that, but I have seen the big spread.
Yeah.
Where somebody had taken like this floor right here, and they had lined it this way so you could walk between and have their entire garden on these straw bales. It was amazing.
And you can grow anything. I mean, basically, you can grow anything. Now, if you're going to plant seeds, it's best if you put just kind of carve a small area out and put some soil in there, and then put the seed in the soil.
Just start something.
Rather than directly putting it into the straw bale.
Just give it some starter medium, if you will.
Exactly.
And then but that's something you do earlier in the season, right?
Correct.
Now, we're going to do our pumpkins. We're going to start now?
Yeah, we're going to start probably Friday.
And what kind of pumpkins are we going to do?
They're going to be the small pumpkins, because right now, pumpkins, you're at the very edge of being too late. So you can't go with the big jack-o'-lantern.
Right.
You've got to go with the small pie pumpkins kind of thing.
That works for me. I love a pie pumpkin. When we come back, we're going to talk about what Charlie wants to talk about. So stay with us.